there are certain things a man does in the bedroom that leave you wondering, why exactly did he do that? And one of the biggest, most common ones is this: when things get heated, when the chemistry is overflowing, he suddenly takes your legs and lifts them up, maybe high over his shoulders, maybe just angled upward. But either way, it's deliberate. And if you've ever been in that moment, you know it changes everything. Now, here's the thing. Men don't always stop to explain why they do this, but make no mistake, it's not random and it's definitely not meaningless. When a man raises your legs, he's speaking a language without words. He's igniting certain triggers in himself and in you. He's enhancing the pleasure, intensifying the rhythm, and creating a dynamic that makes the whole experience unforgettable. See, in intimacy, it's often the small moves, the way he touches your hips, the way he changes the pace, the way he positions your body, that completely alter how both of you feel. Raising your legs is one of those moves. It's primal, it's purposeful, and it unlocks something in both of you that takes things from ordinary to magnetic. So today, I'm going to break it down for you. The 5 reasons why men instinctively raise your legs during intimacy. By the end, you'll understand not just the physical side of it, but the psychology behind it, why it turns him on, why it amplifies your pleasure, and why it makes the connection between you almost impossible to forget. Because once you understand this move, you'll never look at it the same way again. When a man raises your legs up during intimacy, one of the biggest reasons is access and intensity. And let me tell you, this isn't about convenience. It's about creating a whole different level of connection and sensation. When your legs are lifted, the angle changes completely. Suddenly, he's able to reach parts of you that feel deeper, sharper, and more consuming. It's like flipping a switch. The entire rhythm of the experience transforms, and it becomes less about simple motion and more about a fully charged surge of energy flowing between the two of you. Men are physical by nature, but they're also instinctive. He might not sit there and think, if I raise her legs, the depth will increase by 20%. No, it's not logical like that. It's primal. It's his body responding to you, searching for the angle that makes both of you feel more. And when he finds it, when he feels that shift in intensity, it drives him further into the moment. Because in his mind, what matters isn't just pleasure for him, it's the spark he sees in you when your body reacts. That arch of your back, that gasp, that sudden tightening, those are the signals that tell him this is working, this is fire, this is exactly where we need to be. And for you, that heightened intensity can be overwhelming in the best way. The angle created when your legs are raised brings more friction, more closeness, and more heat. You might notice that it presses in places that feel sensitive in ways you don't usually experience. It's like every nerve is suddenly more awake, more alive, more engaged in what's happening. And that's the beauty of this move. It's not just a shift in body position, it's a shift in sensation, one that makes the whole experience feel magnified. But there's also something psychological happening here. Think about it. When he raises your legs, he's taking control of the moment. He's saying without words, I want you fully, and I want this to be intense. That intensity isn't accidental. It's deliberate. That even if subconscious, he's not just content with being close to you, he wants to take you deeper into the experience. That kind of hunger is magnetic because it shows you his desire isn't halfway, it's all in. And whether you realize it or not, that creates an emotional reaction in you too. Because when a man shows you with his actions that he wants every part of you, it makes you feel desired, chosen, and completely consumed. Now, let's not forget the chemistry that comes from the physical closeness. When your legs are lifted, your bodies fit together differently. The skin-to-skin connection is tighter, the movement is sharper, and the energy feels more locked in. It's almost like he's closing the space between you until there's nothing left but heat. And that closeness does something powerful. It blurs the line between where he ends and you begin. That's what creates passion that lingers even after it's over. Because in those moments, you weren't just together physically, you were fully intertwined. So when we talk about access and intensity, it's not just about the body, it's about the energy, the rhythm, and the surrender. Raising your legs allows him to give more, to feel more, and to pull you into a deeper wave of connection. And once you've experienced that, it's hard to settle for anything less. Because now you know what it feels like when passion isn't just happening, it's taking over, consuming both of you until the moment becomes unforgettable. One of the most powerful reasons men raise your legs during intimacy is because it's an undeniable trigger for their desire. Men are visual creatures, And they are constantly responding to what they see, what they feel, and how those two things blend together. When your legs are raised, it creates a visual that's both vulnerable and incredibly inviting. It's not just a body position. It's an image that stirs something inside him, something primal. It's that combination of openness and femininity that flips a switch in his mind and makes him want you even more. Think about it this way. Desire isn't just about physical touch. It's about the messages your body sends without words. When your legs are up, it signals surrender, it signals passion, and it signals that you're letting him in, not just physically, but emotionally. For a man, that's intoxicating, because what triggers him isn't only the act itself, but the feeling that you're fully invested in it. And when he sees that image, when he feels that energy, it fuels his hunger to give even more. It's not only the surrender that excites him, though. It's the contrast. There's a duality to it. It's soft and feminine on one hand, yet fiery and provocative on the other. That blend of innocence and boldness is irresistible to men. It taps into his deepest fantasies of being both desired and dominant. Your raised legs are a silent invitation. And in that moment, he's not just thinking about himself. He's thinking, she wants me. She's mine right now. That thought is a trigger. And once it's pulled, his desire only escalates. And let's be clear, this isn't just about how you look. It's about how you respond. When a man raises your legs and he sees the change in your expression, the way your breathing quickens, the little sounds that escape, all of those things amplify the visual stimulus. It's like fuel being poured on fire. He's not only turned on by what he sees, but also by what he causes you to feel. For men, that's the ultimate trigger, knowing their actions are making you lose control. That's where physical desire turns into emotional intoxication. Another layer to this is how it plays into his ego. In a good way, men crave to feel wanted just as women do. And when he raises your legs, he's not only adjusting for physical pleasure, he's showcasing you in a way that makes him feel like he has all of you. That feeds his masculinity, his sense of being the one who unlocks that side of you. And the more he feels that, the more invested he becomes in the moment. Because it's not just about taking pleasure, it's about being the reason you're experiencing it. And here's the deeper truth. When a man sees you with your legs raised, what he feels is not just desire, but permission. Permission to let go, to give himself fully, to cross that line between control and surrender. It triggers his desire because it tells him he's not alone in the intensity. You're right there with him, matching it, feeding it, amplifying it. That's why this move is so magnetic. It's not the angle, not the mechanics, but the silent communication it carries. I want this too. So when we say this simple shift is a trigger for his desire, we're talking about something much bigger than body language. We're talking about the image, the energy, and the permission it represents. It awakens him, it fuels him, and it makes him crave not just your body, but the emotional rush that comes with knowing you're fully in the moment with him. And that, more than anything else, is why he can't resist it. Most women don't realize that when a man raises your legs, it isn't just for him, it's for you. This move is one of the most powerful ways to enhance your pleasure because it changes the way your body receives him. The angle is different. The depth is different. The sensations you feel are amplified in ways you may not even have expected. And here's the fascinating part. Men often do this instinctively. They may not have studied anatomy, but their bodies learn from your reactions. They notice when you gasp, when your breath catches, when you arch into them. They pick up on the tiny signals you send, and those signals tell them, this is the spot, this is the move. This is what makes her melt. When your legs are raised, it opens you up in a way that makes the connection sharper, more targeted, more consuming. Suddenly, areas that might not be stimulated in a different position are lit up with sensation. It's not just physical, it's chemical. Your body releases more feel-good hormones, more waves of intensity that ripple through you. That's why you often find yourself responding more uncontrollably in this position. It's not weakness, it's biology. Your body is designed to experience more, and raising your legs unlocks that potential. And let's be honest, your responses fuel him. The more he sees you losing yourself in the moment, the more invested he becomes in making you feel even better. A man's deepest turn on is often not just his own release, but yours. He wants to know he can take you to places you can't reach on your own. He wants to see that look in your eyes that says, you've got me completely. Raising your legs is one of the most direct ways to make that happen because it creates the physical conditions for maximum pleasure and the emotional conditions for maximum surrender. there's also something incredibly freeing about how it makes you feel. When your legs are lifted, you don't have to control the pace. You don't have to think about the angle. You can let go, surrender, and focus entirely on the sensations running through you. That surrender is liberating. And ironically, it makes you more powerful in his eyes, because nothing is more magnetic to a man than a woman who is completely lost in her pleasure. It's raw, it's authentic, it's unfiltered, and that authenticity is irresistible. On top of that, this move creates a sense of closeness. When he lifts your legs, he's not distancing himself, he's closing the gap. His body is closer, his movements are deeper, his presence is heavier. That closeness intensifies your pleasure, not just physically, but emotionally, because in that moment, it doesn't feel like two bodies moving together. It feels like one experience, one rhythm, one fire burning between you. And that's what makes it so unforgettable. So understand this: when he raises your legs, he's not just thinking about himself. He's giving you a gift, whether he realizes it or not. He's putting you in a position that magnifies your sensations, that heightens your responses, that makes your body sing with pleasure. And when you respond, when you let those gasps, moans, and movements flow freely, you create a feedback loop that drives both of you higher. That's why this move is so much more than mechanics. It's an amplifier. It takes every ounce of pleasure in the room and multiplies it until you both feel consumed by it. Another reason men raise your legs during intimacy is because of the power dynamic it creates. This move isn't just physical, it's deeply psychological. When he takes hold of your legs and lifts them, he's asserting control in the moment. He's saying without words, I'm leading this. I'm taking charge of where this goes. And whether you realize it or not, that surge of dominance awakens something inside both of you. For him, it's the thrill of being the one guiding the experience. For you, it's the intoxicating rush of being able to let go and surrender to it. Now, this is important. Power in intimacy doesn't mean one person is winning and the other is losing. It's not about inequality, it's about balance. It's about energy. When a man raises your legs, he's stepping into his masculine role in the most primal sense, leading, directing, controlling the rhythm. But here's the secret that only works because you allow it. You give him that power in the moment, and in return, you feel the freedom of not having to be in control. That's what makes it so magnetic. It's not forced, it's chosen. And that choice to surrender is what makes the passion feel so real. For men, this dynamic is incredibly arousing. The act of lifting your legs is a symbol of him taking charge. It fuels his sense of masculinity, his sense of being the provider of pleasure, the one steering the experience. That gives him confidence, and confidence is sexy. It makes him go harder, deeper, with more intent, because he feels like the leader of the dance. And for you, being led in this way heightens everything. It strips away the need to think, to plan, to control. Instead, you can immerse yourself in the sensations, in the closeness, in the heat of the moment. There's also something primal about this dynamic. Humans have always been wired to respond to cues of dominance and surrender in intimacy. When he takes control of your body like that, it taps into ancient instincts, his desire to claim, your desire to be chosen. And when those instincts are activated, the connection between you becomes electric. It's no longer just physical. It feels animalistic, unstoppable, addictive. That's why the memory of those moments lingers long after they're over. Because it's not just about the position. It's about the chemistry of power and surrender flowing between you. But let's not forget the emotional side. This power dynamic creates trust. When he raises your legs, he's asking you to be vulnerable, to let him guide you. And when you allow it, you're saying, I trust you. I trust you to take me where I want to go. That unspoken agreement builds intimacy at a much deeper level. It makes the bond between you stronger because passion mixed with trust is the most addictive combination there is. And here's the best part. Power play in intimacy isn't one-sided. Yes, he may be the one physically leading in that moment, but your surrender is just as powerful. Because the truth is, without your willingness, his dominance would mean nothing. You're not powerless, you're powerful in your choice to give in. And that interplay, his control, your surrender, is what makes the energy between you so intoxicating. It's a dance of opposites, and it's that dance that creates unforgettable passion. So when a man raises your legs, understand that it's more than a physical adjustment. It's a statement of dominance, a surge of control, and an invitation for you to let go. It creates a balance of power that makes the connection magnetic. And it's that dynamic the give and take of control and surrender that takes ordinary intimacy and turns it into an experience you'll crave again and again. At the deepest level, when a man raises your legs, it's not just about angles, positions, or mechanics. It's about connection. Because in that moment, he's not only seeking pleasure, he's seeking closeness. He's creating a frame where the two of you are drawn tighter, bodies aligned, energy locked in. That move, as simple as it may seem, is his way of saying, I want you closer. I want us deeper. And that's why it feels so powerful. It's not the position itself that makes it unforgettable. It's what it symbolizes: intimacy turned up to its highest setting. Think about the way your bodies change when your legs are lifted. He leans in closer, his chest presses against yours, his hands grip you with more intent, and his eyes are often right there, fixed on you. The whole move eliminates distance. It's not about him being away from you. It's about him being fully over you, surrounding you, immersing himself in the moment with you. And whether or not you put it into words, you feel that difference. You feel him not just entering your body, but your space, your energy, your very breath. That's what makes it magnetic. And this is something a lot of women underestimate. Men crave connection and intimacy just as much as you do, but they show it differently. For many men, raising your legs is their way of creating that closeness. It's their way of holding you in a position where nothing else exists but the two of you. He doesn't have to say it out loud. His actions are saying it. I want all of you. I don't want an inch of distance between us. That is where the intensity comes from, because what he's really doing is fusing physical passion with emotional bonding. The truth is, intimacy that's purely physical is forgettable, but intimacy that creates connection, that lingers. And when your legs are raised, when the position closes that physical gap, it allows him to look at you, to feel your every reaction, to sync with your rhythm in a way that feels almost spiritual. That's why this move leaves such an impression. It's not just the pleasure of the body, it's the intimacy of the moment. It's the unspoken feeling that you're both fully inside the same fire, burning at the same intensity. There's also a vulnerability in this that deepens the bond. When you allow him to raise your legs, you're exposing yourself more fully, showing trust, letting him take you somewhere only he can. And for a man, that trust is powerful. It tells him you're not holding back, you're not guarded, you're giving yourself to him in the moment. That kind of openness strengthens connection, because vulnerability is the foundation of intimacy. And when vulnerability is paired with passion, it creates a kind of chemistry that's impossible to replicate in any other context. Another layer to this is how it feels emotionally afterward. When a man raises your legs and you both lose yourselves in that closeness, you don't just remember the act, you remember the intensity of the bond. You remember how consumed you felt, how safe you felt, how desired you felt. That memory stays because it's not just about physical satisfaction. It's about the emotional imprint. It's about knowing, even for those few minutes, you were completely his and he was completely yours. So the next time he raises your legs, don't just think of it as a position change or a way to intensify pleasure. See it for what it really is, a physical gesture of emotional connection. It's his way of erasing space between you, of drawing you deeper into the experience, of saying, right now, it's only us. And when you allow yourself to feel that, when you embrace not just the physical side, but the emotional side, the entire experience transforms. Because at the end of the day, the positions, the movements, the techniques, they all fade. But the connection, that's what lingers. That's what makes the passion unforgettable. So let's bring this full circle. When a man raises your legs during intimacy, it's never just about mechanics. It's about intensity. It's about triggers. It's about heightening your pleasure. It's about the power dynamic that makes passion unforgettable. And most importantly, it's about connection. This single move combines all of those layers into one moment where the chemistry between you becomes undeniable. It's his way of saying, I want more than just closeness. I want to consume you. I want to be deeper, tighter, and fully connected to you. And the truth is, once you understand the psychology behind this move, you stop seeing it as just a position. You start realizing it's a language. His body speaking to yours, his desire showing itself without words. And when you let yourself lean into that energy, when you respond with openness, passion, and surrender, you turn an ordinary experience into something magnetic, something that he'll think about long after the night is over. Now, here's my challenge for you. Don't just hear this, feel it. The next time you're in that moment and he lifts your legs, allow yourself to fully embrace the closeness, the intensity, the connection. let it remind you that intimacy isn't about performance. It's about passion, trust, and energy exchanged at the highest level. And if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And make sure you subscribe, because we're diving even deeper into the secrets of male psychology and passion that most women never get told. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.